Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I have a few beautiful saws to show you today. Absolutely gorgeous, as I'm going to be making some additional space for some older replacement saws. So, what should we start with today? Well, let's start with one of my Time Warp Echoes. So this is a beautiful saw. This is the Echo 500 EVL. So there's several variations of this particular footprint of saw from Echo. So Echo, Japanese saw, and a mile away from the current Chinese saws. Just, if none of you have seen an Echo saw's construction, it is just simply sublime. The engineering is spectacular. The Japanese paint enameling and finish on the chassis, if they've been just moderately looked after, the paint is just defies the time that they've kind of been around. So 500 EVL, they do the VL, the EVL, the EVLP. So the two desirable ones I would say would be the EVL and the EVLP. So this is my 500 EVL, just under 50 cc's displacement, and all mag alloy construction, beautiful chain brake mechanism, and such a punchy engine. So currently running a 16-inch Oregon bar and brand new full chisel chain. So I've cut with this chain, I think, 3 times, 2 times, 3 times maybe. And when I say cut with it, perhaps it's done kind of like 10 or 15 minutes of use. So I bought this saw from an Echo dealer before they gave their dealership up, and this was the one they had in the shop, and so has had virtually no work done in its life. Paintwork is gorgeous. Only fault with it, in fact, it's the only problems I've ever had with a couple of my Echo saws are not really problems so much with the saw, but the exhaust baffle. So even on my, I think even on my 602 VL in the background and my 651, they both have loose baffles. So it's a really peculiar problem to have. The exhausts are on the underside of the engine, really compact footprint, and such a torquey, powerful engine. And so manufacture date for the 500s are late 70s, I think from 78. I'm getting confused then with one of my older 600 series, which is from 72. Yeah, 78 to mid 80s, 84. And the Japanese were very, very clever with their stacked increments of piston versus bore or displacement. So if you look down through the models kind of from 40 cc's and climb them up, you'll see that they will generally step in 2 millimeter increments. So they'll go, like, I think the 40 cc is a 40-32, and you'll have the next one up, the 451, is like a 42-32, and then eventually you'll start getting up to the bigger sizes, and they'll creep up, and so they'll keep a very similar platform, and you'll find that they'll share the same stroke, and that only really changes when you kind of get up past 65 cc's, and then they'll do a millimeter increment, and they'll go, like one of the bores is a 60, a 37-47, and the 2 millimeter increments in either bore or piston gave them 40, 45, 50, 55, and then 60, etc., etc. Right, let me show you what this creature runs like. Sublime. Spectacular compression. Bit of choke. that power-wise, I don't have any figures for the strange, so I've got the technical manuals for most of my Echo saws. I'm a huge Echo fan, really, from the CS-500 so the really smaller 30cc's, all the way up through the range. But such a gorgeous torquey engine, and so I kind of put it similar power to my 60 Huskies. They kind of have the same feel when you're in the wood, and so things like the size up there, the 60cc in the back, shares the same stroke, 36mm, and when you get to things like the Danarm, which I'll show in a bit as well, the Danarm 71, their annihilators will compete with virtually nearly any modern saw that I've seen, like for like, in the cut. They're just monsters. Non-chain brakes, just under a 51mm piston, massive torque, massive power. Okay, let me show you what the CS500 runs like. So I hope that does that some type of justice. So we're running a 16-inch Oregon bar, full chisel chain, and it's a roller nose, just effortless cutting, just sublime. And I think what's really lovely about some of these older vintage saws is the feel you have when you pick them up. They're just different to the current generation of plastic saws. When you have them in the hand, perhaps it's just the weight when they're sitting in the wood, they just feel more satisfying to cut with than some of the newer saws. Some of the newer saws generate more power, they're harder revving. The engineering on some of the Echo saws is absolutely sublime and is kind of being lost now as time moves on. So there she is. She's a piece of history in just spectacular condition, considering she's up to 42, 43 years old, and just a beautiful thing to use, and even nicer really to come into your workshop and to have hanging up. So that's the Echo CS, or that's the 500 EVL, and with chain brake. So, right guys, I'll finish the video there, and I'll start another vid, and I'll show it on the same wood with the, let's get the Danarm. That thing's an annihilator. Okay. Actually, let's check the battery now. Perhaps we can do it all in one video. One second. Hang on, guys. Right, guys. Okay, I can't see how much time is left. Perhaps I'll do it in two stages. I'll do the Danarm now. Okay. So, what to say about the Danarm 71? If I had to pick possibly out of all my saws, if I had to just pick one or two saws, I'd be hard pushed not to have one of those as the Danarm 71. Started life in 73, so again up to 47 years old. Two variations, one unbraked, one with a chain brake. This is an unbraked variation, double felling spikes, and completely professional saw, fully adjustable chain oiler, great anti-vibe mounts, all mag alloy construction all the way around, incredibly robust. But more than that, thumper of a piston, so 50.8, I think, just under a 51 mil, 36, just under 36 mil stroke, I think, 35.8, and just a powerhouse of a saw to use. Let me show you what these creatures run like. Throttle lock. Just going to do it. Sometimes I have this problem with these gloves on. And kill switch. So, just a beautiful, beautiful torquey engine. I run a couple of my older Danarms, perhaps slightly richer than some people would run them, and the engine on this saw is got fantastic compression, runs so beautiful, and on this type of wood just simply destroys it. So a gorgeous, gorgeous running engine, the 71, and can run a very big bar. I think this is running currently, this is a genuine Danarm solid nose, and again you could pull quite easily a 28 inch bar with a roller tip and it will sail through the wood. They're just such a gorgeous tractable engine. So that's two of the saws, both going up. They'll both be for sale on eBay, and hopefully we'll find a home which people will cherish them as much as I have. This particular saw has had a full stainless steel nut and bolt conversion kit around for the most part, and well, sorry, not stainless steel, hardened steel. I went for hardened steel bolts on this particular saw, and everything working perfectly on the saw. She had a replacement, really hard to find as well, ignition coil, because depending on how people run them, they're old girls, again up to from 73, up to 47 years old, 47, 48 years old, and so had a replacement mint condition coil, and now it just starts. Bit of throttle lock. So I guess the only overhead you have with a saw with this type of footprint and feel, again, very similar feel to running the Echo in terms of the engine, because they're both almost identical piston stroke, but is the extra weight that you'd have on this. So Echo, I think, is around the 6 kilo mark. The Danarm is around the 8.5 kilo mark. So you're looking at, 18.5, 19 pounds in weight running this, as opposed to 12, 13 pounds on the Echo. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And that's a couple of my old beautiful saws, and I'm going to show a couple more in a minute. Bye for now.